Hi, I just want to make a real quick video. You know, I get these people that come on my page, and when I do stuff, when I make videos about David Icke or whoever, I'm not doing it because I don't like the individual. I'm doing it to show you that you're being manipulated. And, you know, I get this guy, Johnny Contempt, tells me that David Icke is a caring and loving person. Well, you know what? I'm going to flip out. I'm going to say some really bad things. So for those of you that are that thin-skinned, when I write stuff down and it's cursive, then you need to move on. Don't stay around on my page. Okay? I'm not going to change my ways. I'm 50 years old. It took me 50 years to get this way. I'm not going to change in 50 minutes. Okay? If you don't like my vocabulary and you don't like the way that I make my videos, then you need to go away. There's other people out there talking, well, not the same stuff, but the things that might benefit you. Okay? Please don't write me and say, why am I being a dick or whatever. And they're not even saying that I'm being a dick to them. They're just saying, well, why am I being like that? Because I never came on here to be, for lack of a better word, in a fashion show. I don't care what people think of me. I don't care what people think, how I look, or how my actions are. You know, I came because I've got some information. I was trying to give it to people. It probably is not going to save a single one of us, but at least you'll understand how many years that you've been lied to. You know, I guess it's better to be a smartass than a dumbass, is what I'm saying. Okay, so choice is yours. You can watch it or not. One other thing, back on the reporter thing. You remember all the reporters that are jibber jabbering, as Mr. T would say. Well, here's what their explanation is now that was on Fox News. They said that maybe the military is using secret weapons that are using microwave to scramble their brains. Come on. They're not using it on them. They'd be using it on us. All those reporters are all CIA, every single one of them. Because once again, their job is to make you think in a certain way. That's all that their job is. They are given a script and they repeat it verbatim. Okay? Charlie Sheen, I'm telling you again, this whole thing is Vatican. If you don't understand what I mean by Vatican, you'll understand the word Nazi. I have pictures of nuns standing in line waiting to get autographs from Adolf Hitler. Okay? This thing that you're seeing going on in the world right now, even though it's being controlled from a higher force than man, is the rise of the Fourth Reich. The catchphrases and the symbols and everything are in place just like they were pre-World War II. Ask yourself, what reason would they need to set up FEMA camps? What reason would they need to set up FEMA camps? I mean, what would they see that they would think that they would need to set up a FEMA camp? Go look at the one in up in Alaska. It'll hold 2 million people. What thing did they not tell us that they would think that they would need to set up these camps in every state in the United States? And sometimes multiple camps per state. We're being set up. Charlie Sheen is rambling off instructions. People say, well, why would he do it that way? Why wouldn't he send a fax or an email? Because when you write things down, you leave a paper trail. They put a story in a story. When they tell you on the news that Charlie Sheen is going to be in Cleveland or Chicago or Detroit, they are telling the operatives which cities he's going to be in and on what days. Okay? And it isn't just words, it's hand gestures. Just like in baseball, when a guy's sitting there getting ready to steal second base, the coach is throwing hand signals at him. He knows what they mean, but nobody else does. It's the same thing with what Charlie Sheen is doing when he's throwing his hands crazily around. Okay? Trust me. You know, do you remember Julia Childs, for the older people? She was a cook that used to come on public TV in the afternoon. She was on for 35 years. She was a world-renowned chef. When she died, they came out and said that she had been a CIA agent for at least 30 years. Okay? Because her recipes were instructions for other agents. This is nothing new. This has been going on since the beginning of time. These guys will put on a whole concert so that one guy in the audience will see a movement or catch a verse or a tune that will tell him where to go and who to meet. And we are being set. The United States is going to fall. We are going to fall. I'm telling you. Trust me. This is not my wish. I love this place. This is the best place in the world, but it's not gonna be. We're going down. We are being set up. The Nazis didn't lose, as Jordan Maxwell said, and I don't even like the guy, but he's right. He said the Nazis didn't lose; they relocated to the United States, and they did via the Vatican rat line. The Vatican signed agreements with the Nazis in World War II that if things got rough, they would go and get false passports from the Red Cross. Okay? The Red Cross funneled these guys out. We got the majority of the high-tech ones. Some went to Russia. A lot of the other guys, Hitler and his buddies, went down into South America and into Mexico. If you listen to Mexican music, it has a very, very similar ring to it, like German does with the tuba and the accordion. That's because they fled into Mexico. What is the attachment to Mexico? Spain had an agreement with Hitler and in Germany that they would make some of their armaments as long as Germany would not attack Spain. Incidentally, all their guns on their aircraft were called Hispano guns. The Catholic movement is predominantly a Latino-based religion. And when you want to get more Latinos, what do? The Pope said, well, don't use any kind of birth control. That's a sin. Why? Because we need more people. Because we want to conquer the world. And so when you understand that this is a big-ass power play, okay, to bring the world to its knees underneath the power of the antiquated Rome, if you will, or call it the Vatican, because it's what it is. Did you see when Obama was talking about the money czars and the czars this and the czars that, and they were saying on the news, you know, the czars, they kept saying czar. You spell czar C-Z-A-R, okay? C-Z-A-R. But people aren't, it's a play on words, and they always do this. It's not czar, it's Caesar. They're just saying czar, and they're leaving the C silent, but it's really Caesar, because it's Rome, it's Vatican. Okay, I can make you a vid and show you where they're showing all of Obama's czars. So when they talk about the czars of Russia and its communism, there is no communism. They're czars, they're Caesars, they're working underneath the power of Rome. This is a big game. It's a big game for world domination. Czar is Caesar. And if you want to say, well, sometimes they put a T in front of it. They do put a T in front of it. It's Tau. It's Hebrew. Okay? Caesar. C-Z-A-R. Caesar. This is Rome and this is Vatican. You know, I'm going to do a thing on a dollar bill, and I'll show you. It's Teutonic Zionism. It is not Hebrew Zionism. There are a group of Jews that are tied in with the Nazis called Akasha Nazi Jews. Listen to the last part of the word, Akasha Nazi Jews, and then you've got the Nazis. This is not referring back to the type of Jew that lived in the days of Jesus Christ. Okay, I understand this stuff. You know, those two factions are not battling on that level. But there are more secular Jews in the world than there are religious. So you can't say that every Jewish person is an evil bastard. Okay? You know, most of them don't give a rat's ass. Most of them are younger, secular people that are only, you know, concerned with what younger people are concerned with today, trying to make money and survive. You know, which that, once again, was created by the Knights Templar, which is the old order of the Masons, and the Vatican in the 11th and 12th century. Okay? And then the Vatican turned around and screwed the Masons because they killed the Grand Master, Jacques de la Monnaie. So the Vatican's getting ready to do the same thing to us. You just think he's some old dude that walks around with, you know, Dorothy's shoes from the Wizard of Oz. That guy wields more power than you can imagine. That's why the Swiss Guard protects the Pope. He's always seen walking around with the Swiss Guard because he represents the money. And when you go watch the movies like The Godfather, where does Don Corleone go? He goes and he kisses the Pope's hand. They all know who's running the show. And the Red Cross is Swiss. And Swiss is what? Switzerland, bank accounts. Switzerland has never been bombed or attacked because it's the seat of the money. I got to go. I'm going to go ride my bike. I'll talk to you later.